We always start these funny.
I know. Always laughing in the beginning.
You have to, though.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back, I guess, to us.
Yeah. If you don't know us, we should introduce ourselves. So, Matt.
Yeah. I'm Matt. I'm a product manager at SermonCentral, and been in ministry for 20 plus years now. I know I look so young, but
Wow.
yeah, I started when I was 9.
Okay. For real though, not joking, he has been in ministry for that long.
Yeah. Yep. Long time. So, and you are?
I'm Abby. Sometimes I go by the pastor's kid. I write a lot of emails, copywriting. I'm a digital marketing copywriter. So yeah, I do a lot with SermonCentral with that. So yeah, you may have gotten an email from me at some point.
Yeah, you may have.
Yep.
So we've been doing a little Wednesday afternoon video. We like to think that people may enjoy them or not. We don't know. Yep. But we enjoy it, so we feel like, well, whatever.
Yep.
We'll just keep doing it. So anyway, we missed the last 2 weeks, though.
We did.
For all sorts of really great reasons. But we're back, and today we're going to be talking about, I feel like you should.
Okay, so there was this article that we posted on our Facebook page, and it was called 3 Words That You Rarely Hear Pastors Say. 3 words. That gets me to click on that. Usually if somebody's like, 3 words you rarely hear a pastor say, what do you think those words are?
Right. Is it, I love you?
Yeah, right? What do pastors not say, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it kind of blew up a little bit. People started chatting about it and talking and dialoguing, and we thought there was some good conversation around it. So we wanted to bring it to your guys' attention and talk a little bit about it. Those 3 words were, drumroll.
They were, I don't know. Wow, that's so good.
No, we know, but
yeah, they don't know.
Those are the 3 words that people say they rarely hear from preachers. Are I don't know.
I don't know,
yeah.
Right. So we were talking about, there's just like a lot of maybe reasons for that, but and we thought of some things.
Yeah.
Maybe you were thinking about some things, but you brought up a great point, I thought, about like maybe people aren't set up to just be humble and say, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, first, okay, before we dig into that, I want to get into that, but before we do, can we dig into like, why would somebody want to hear I don't know from their pastor first? Because it seems like a random thing at first. Why would you want your pastor to say, I don't know? Like, what does that communicate to you?
But that's such a huge,
Yeah. I mean, to me, it communicates humility. It communicates, I don't have all the answers, but I'm present. I'm here with you in the middle of pain. It just communicates that, hey, I don't know.
Right.
And that's okay. Hey, welcome. I see people joining.
Oh.
So yeah, we're talking about 3 things that you rarely hear from pastors.
Yeah.
The words I don't know.
Yep.
We were saying that communicates humility and just kind of somebody who doesn't have all the answers.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to stop for a second because mi amigo Pastor Jose Cruz joined. Bienvenidos, Pastor. Man, he's doing cool stuff around the world. Yeah. Anyway,
that's
so
amazing.
Cool that he's here with us. But yeah, so it communicates humility, but I think it communicates, so that's what you, on the congregant side, but I think on the pastoral side, like it would feel so good to feel like you're in a church or amongst people where you could actually say, I don't know, and feel okay about saying that.
Yeah. And then that goes to what we were talking about before, and then I can get back into that. So what we were talking about before was, are pastors set up to say, I don't know? So we as a congregation, are we setting pastors up to be able to say, I don't know? Are we extending grace to them, or are we nitpicking the service every Sunday? Oh, I really didn't like that song. Oh, the way you said this was a little strange. Oh, you know, like, are you, like, what as a congregant, what is your viewpoint? And are you kind of extending grace to your pastor because he's human, or are you not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And when you're set up with that expectation, it's just, you just feel like you have to be able to know all these things. Or the other part, I remember, I've felt ashamed in the past because of not being able to, just not being able to, like, sorry, we're having technical difficulties, but feeling ashamed in the past if someone asks a question, because then it makes you feel like, I should have known that.
Right.
Like, I should or been or like it just makes you feel bad. So so yeah, again, from my perspective, it would be really cool to be with a group of people where you felt okay about telling someone, hey, I don't know the answer to that, or
I don't think this is just a problem though in the church of like extending grace and giving pastors a space to say I don't know. I think like the American workplace can often look like that, and the workplace in general of are you allowing people to make mistakes? Are you allowing people to say I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out?
Right.
And so yeah, I think it extends to something bigger even in the church sometimes.
Or even, from a ministerial standpoint, if you're a pastor and you have or a ministry leader and you've overextended yourself so you have no available margin or time, this could be difficult. And that in itself is a bad thing. But it would also be really amazing if someone was asking you a question about so many different things, right? Let's just pick an easy one. Like, hey, Abby, I think the Bible has a lot of contradictions. So I find it very difficult to believe. Abby, if you had margin, Abby would be able to say, hey, I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah.
I don't really know the answer, but why don't we research that together?
And tell me what you find, I'll look it up, and we'll kind of come back together and see what we can find.
Exactly. So even being able to, the available time to sit down with someone and work that out with them would be amazing. But again, how many ministry folks even have that time? Yeah. That's another hard thing. Ministry is just hard stuff.
It is. Yeah.
So difficult stuff.
Yeah.
So one thing we talked about, but if anybody's watching, is there any time that you have had, where you felt like you were able to say, hey, I don't know, or you were able to research someone with someone and, did that go well? Yeah. Or how did that go?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And I guess we also just want to encourage you guys to, not feel like you have to have everything together. You may be a leader or a pastor watching this right now, and you don't have to have all the answers. Right. And the cool part is you're partnering with the Holy Spirit, and that's powerful. Right. And not to undersell you knowing things, know, but that is powerful to partner with the Holy Spirit in ministry and listen to His guidance. And I guess we just want to encourage you today to, if you feel like you're someone who, I don't say I don't know a lot because I feel like I have to have all the answers, maybe today rest in the knowledge that
Amen.
God has your back.
Yeah, that's right.
And surrender to Him and He will speak through you and will give you the words to say as well. Yeah, and be willing to maybe say, I don't know for the first time.
There you go.
So...
Yeah. And even it starts in the home. If I told you about my son will ask me questions about the Bible. And then again, I'll tell him hey, I really don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And he'll go, what? Dad, you're a pastor. How do you not know what's in the Bible? And but that young man expresses what I think a lot of pastors feel what? How do you not know this? Anyway, so, it can start, just in subtle ways get sneaking in. But I think you brought up a great point. It reminds me in Acts, I think it's chapter 4 or 5 or 6, as Peter is sharing with the religious elite of the day, it really comes to him and he's really told hey, the Spirit will give you the words to say. And even in that moment, the religious elite really said, did they articulate or however it's recorded, but they said, wow, these are uneducated fishermen. How do they know these things? Yeah. And because you're right, the Holy Spirit has worked through them.
And who did God use in the Bible? I mean, let's just talk about that for a second. Yeah, we could have a whole other video on that. But God often uses unqualified people. God often uses the people that you're that don't have all the answers, but they're sold out and they're surrendered to Him. Right. And then it's you have to intervene because I don't have all the answers. That's okay. It's okay not to have all the answers. So.
Right. And that brings up there's that little saying, I don't even know who said it first, but God qualifies the called as opposed to we think He calls the qualified. Yeah. So then we spend all this time trying to become qualified in a human eyes, but God, God will qualify you if you've been called. So yeah.
So good. That's right good. On. We hope that encourages you guys today. Comment below and just tell us, what is your experience with all of this and how do you navigate this subject?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, good to talk at you, I guess. Yeah. And if there's any comments come up, we'll be happy to answer them. And we'll be back next Wednesday. So anyway. Yeah. It's Abby and.
Yep.
I'm Matt. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you later.
Take care, guys.
Bye.